If you don't want to miss this information about 922C, all right, you need to check this video out. Also, head on over to TikTok, all right? If you're trying to restore them firearms rights, this guy right here, I ain't seen nobody do it better. And he is a former felon, okay? He had a felony conviction in the state of Virginia. He got all his rights back. He wrote books about it, multiple books about it. I think he got a book for every single state. Now he's telling us about 922C. Let's hear what he got to say.
XCon Media.
Welcome to the page, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. I know it's been a long time, but life been lifing. I'm trying to get back. I'm making my way back now, man. But I had to do this for everybody. Okay. This guy right here, all right. Big Felon on TikTok, right? He is a guy. Let me first of all, let me tell you about this dude. He out of Virginia. He had a felony conviction. He got his rights back. He wrote a book. He wrote 50 books. Because I think he wrote a book for each state. You understand what I'm saying? About restoring your firearms rights in that state. But what a lot of people don't know, but just because you get your firearms rights back does not mean you're good everywhere. You still have to restore that process on the federal level. Why it's like that makes no sense to me. The laws that's on the old books should definitely be changed, revamped, and wiped away, because if you don't have a federal crime, but you had a state crime and the state forgave you, you should be good, period, point blank. Because pretty much when you do, all right, if you, let's just say you got a state pardon, right? As soon as you apply for this new 925C, they're going to give you your rights. They got no reason to withhold your rights. The state then already forgave you for the state felony. We think that's the way it should be, but hey, who knows, man? As we know, they do what they want. And the bottom line is the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. But you know, for all those cats out there, man, it is what it is, man. So I'm gonna drop all of his information in the comments, man. And hey, listen, man, I'm still here, man. So like, comment, subscribe, share this out, man. Everybody know a felon, man. You know, and also everybody know a felon that has changed their life. So if you know a felon that has changed his life, man, send this video to him, man, so he can start the process, because this is 925C. See, this process was gone in 1992. The federal government defunded it. They took it away, stripped it, got it out of there. Now under the Trump administration, for all my non-Trump like people that just don't mess with Trump, okay, Trump, okay, not Obama, not Bill Clinton, not George Bush, not Joe Biden, okay? None of that, none of them administrations, none of them, okay, did this. This is under the Trump administration. So for all you non-voters out there, okay, that your right is restored and now you can vote, but you just choose not to vote because you don't believe in the government, hey, this is one of the great things that this administration has done, because people make mistakes in their life. And then guess what? They don't make them no more. And they should very well be able to protect themselves and their family. And this right here, because he gives the best detailed description, I told him in the comments, I'm going to repost this video, man. So I got it. I'm going to link his stuff in the bio. Listen to what he says, because he gives a detailed description of how to, or what's about the process that is now opening up, so convicted felons can restore their firearms rights. Do it the right way. Here we go.
DOJ is expecting 330,000 applications the first year alone. So let me break down exactly what this means and what you need to do right now. First, who can apply? This is huge, right? This is huge. Listen to this, right? All 9 categories of prohibited persons under 18 U.S.C. Code Section 922G are eligible. So that's felons, fugitives, unlawful drug users, people with certain mental health adjudications, certain aliens, dishonorable discharge, citizenship renunciation, domestic violent court order subjections and domestic violent misdemeanors, all 9. Second, the timeline. And this is where you have to pay attention because the announcement date is not the start date. The clock runs from the date the final rule gets published in the Federal Register, not August 17th, whatever day it hits the Federal Register. 30 days after publication, the rule takes effect and DOJ starts inviting specific candidates to apply. 75 days after publication, the application opens to the public, but only the first 5,000 applicants get in. 120 days after publication, another 500 slots open up and the $30 application fee kicks in. 330,000 people expected to apply. 5,000 slots at day 75. Do the math. This is going to be first come, first serve for most of us. If you want a real shot, you start preparing now. Get with me. Let's get the paperwork together. Third, the standard. This is not automatic. Nobody's getting their rights back by default. You have to prove 2 things to the Attorney General's satisfaction. Number 1, you are not likely to act in a manner dangerous to public safety. And number 2, granting relief will not be contrary to the public's interest. All right? The burden is on you, your record, your reputation, your conduct after the conviction. All of it is on the table. 4th, the presumptive disqualifiers. And you need to hear this straight. Absent extraordinary circumstances, DOJ will...
Now, hear what he just said. Presumptive. Okay? Say it with me. Presumptive. Okay? The presumption is that certain there will be certain disqualifiers. But I'm telling you now, it will be a case-by-case basis. Case-by-case basis. All right? It's going to be a case-by-case basis. So don't think that, because I'm telling you right now, I know people. So I talked to somebody about a month ago, and he had this, that, and the third, and he still got his firearms rights restored in the state of Georgia. So do not count yourself out. They will be doing it by a case-by-case basis. They're going on what you put on footage for them to see, man.
Presumptively deny anyone with a felony involving death of another person, rape or sexual assault, human trafficking, kidnapping, domestic or intimate partner violence, burglary, robbery, extortion, carjacking, arson, gang-related racketeering, maiming, custody, escape from custody, terrorism, witness tampering, discharge a firearm during a felon, brandishing a firearm, So there's also a 10-year presumption for drug trafficking, threats of violence, explosives, certain federal firearm offenses, weapons on school property, animal abuse, and misdemeanor domestic violence. And a 5-year presumption for any other felony conviction in the last 5 years, or certain misdemeanor assaults or stalking offenses. Now, hear me on this. Presumptive does not mean permanent. Again, presumptive does not mean permanent. The rules allow for extraordinary circumstances that where a strong, well-documented application matter. That's where a strong, well-documented application matter. If your case falls in one of these buckets, you need every piece of evidence about who you are today, not who you were on the worst day of your life. 5th, and this is the part nobody talks about, but it's going to trip a lot of people up, the sentence completion definition. For the 5 and 10-year waiting periods, quote, unquote, sentence does not just mean time served. It includes unpaid fines, restitution, community services, court order, education, treatment programs requirement, even electronic monitoring. So if you did your time, but you still owe fines and you never finished the court order classes, your clock has not started. Get those loose ends squared away before you apply. 6, what you need to file. Charging documents for every conviction, plea agreements, pre-sentence investigation reports, if you can get it, judgment of conviction, sentencing records, proof every part of the sentence was completed, probation and parole records, any expungement or pardon records, prior applications for rights restoration, state criminal conviction history reports from every state you've lived since you turned 18 or the last 25 years, whichever is shorter, and every state where you've been arrested during that period. A single FBI report is not enough. Fingerprints, 3 character reference affidavits from people unrelated to you by blood or marriage who have known you at least 3 years, who are not themselves a prohibited person, and who sign under penalty of perjury. 7th, and please listen, federal is not state. If your rights get restored under this federal program, that only removes the federal disability. It does not touch your state prohibition. In Virginia,
For some reason, you have to do state and federal. Okay. If you get your state back and you cross that state line, you got to call ATF and let them know that you in another state with your firearm. As crazy as it sounds, that is what the current law is today. We know things are subject to change. I'm doing my best to try to get light shed on so much of this stuff. You know, if you listen, when you've been forgiven, you've been forgiven. That's the way it should be. You turn around and walk away. It shouldn't be no 8th Amendment violation, which is cruel and unusual punishment. Cruel and unusual punishment, okay? To be sentenced to a life of you can't protect yourself and your family forever, ever. That is cruel and unusual punishment. Because we see in Atlanta recently, you know, people going around with the, you know what I'm saying? They don't even need firearms. They going around with, you know what I'm saying? A couple of people then lost their life. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's a lot of stuff that got to be changed, man. So check him out.
You still need a governor's restoration. In Maryland, you'll still have to deal with state law. Federal restoration is one piece of the puzzle, not the whole thing. If you don't know your state's process, download the Felon with Firearms app, link in my bio, and get your state guide, the book, watch the video, or check your eligibility. That's exactly what that app was built for. So real quick, one more piece of news. Since we last talked, Judge Hendricks ruling strike down NFA registrations for suppressors and short barrel rifles.
That's the rest of it. Yeah, that's another topic. We just on 925C right now. So if you want to hear about the suppressor thing, go ahead on and tap into his page. The link will be in the bio, man. Listen, man, restoration is back. It is back, man. So it's on you. If you did the right thing, get that paperwork in, go ahead on, get your rights back, turn away, and don't never do what you was doing when you was much younger, man. All right. Appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let's go. Appreciate you, big felon.
Thank you for tuning into XCon Media. Go right ahead and subscribe to the channel.